Good day. This is psychologist Yulia Latunenko with you. Today we will talk about betrayal, and I decided to record a short video for you where I will examine the reasons for betrayals, the consequences of betrayals, and what to do. But what to do, how this betrayal happened, you will find out at the end of the video. So watch until the end, don't turn off. And as always, I ask you to give a like in advance. Subscribe to the channel if you are here for the first time. There's good content here. Write your comments. So, let's get straight to our topic. The first reason, and I think the most important reason for betrayal, is a person's immaturity. The immaturity of a person who does not take responsibility for their actions. The immaturity of a person lies in the fact that they have not acquired during their development the childhood experience of how to be in we, in closeness, and how to be in I as separate. Therefore, the problem of I and we is always evident in the relationships of an immature person. This is where dependency arises, because it's frightening to be in I and it's frightening to be in we. There is a very strong anxiety of abandonment as well as an anxiety of being engulfed. When a person betrays their partner, they essentially are trying to experience the process of separation from their mother. Because if a small child is immature and reaches adolescence, where does the teenager go away from their mother? To freedom, to liberty, to girls if it's a boy. Similarly, a girl who tries to separate from her mom and dad and says, now I am grown up, now I am independent, separate, I will go and betray. These are separation processes, but due to how they are organized, that is, due to betrayal, they are destructive. And in fact, betrayal does not lead to any separation, because one needs to separate not from the partner, but from their parents. Psychologically separate. Therefore, a person who betrays and then returns to the relationship is not separated by definition. In principle, one could say that they are grown up. A person never betrays because they take responsibility for for deceiving, for returning to the person they lied to, for having a sense of guilt. Such a person knows all these consequences in advance, and they will never betray. And if they even entertain the thought that they might betray, they start thinking about completely different questions like, what is going wrong in my partnership? What am I dissatisfied with? Shouldn't I talk about this with my partner? That is, before an adult person goes to another adult person, falls in love, or has sex, they resolve issues in their current relationship. It is not betrayal when you understand that you need to move on, and first you end the relationship with your partner, and then you go and look for someone else. And this impulsive reaction, like cheated, didn't have time to think, got drunk. It's all childish, it's all psychological immaturity. Unfortunately, that's how it is. The second reason why infidelity occurs in relationships is resentment. Resentment for reproaches, complaints, resentment for devaluation. Resentment for insensitive treatment of the partner. The partner accumulates resentment and eventually uses infidelity as revenge. They might not even admit to being unfaithful, but just to themselves. They think, aha, I got my revenge. Now you can't. You know, my self-esteem isn't as destroyed by you as you think, because others want me, others admire me. You go. You cheat. You get this narcissistic supply when someone is fascinated by you, someone desires you, while at the same time in a relationship at home, you see that people are dissatisfied with you, that you don't meet expectations. And then this desire to go and cheat arises. But again, this desire is connected to the fact that the psyche is immature. Because mature people do not return to relationships where they are treated toxically. Because mature people end those relationships where they are devalued, where they are constantly blamed, where they constantly have to justify themselves. Mature people raise the question of ending such relationships. But immature people are afraid to ask such a question because they are afraid of losing, just as a child is afraid of losing their mother. Therefore, immature, infantile people go and betray and then lie and suffer from guilt, possibly for their entire life even. And some don't even feel guilt or shame because in their worldview it's normal to go behind someone's back, to have intimacy with someone else. The third reason, I will break it down into two sub-reasons, because women and men cheat a little differently. Women cheat to leave the relationship. This is when patience has run out, resentment has accumulated a lot. But due to her own immaturity, the woman cannot end the relationship and be alone. Therefore, she cheats, as if looking for another raft or little boat she can hop onto at the stop to sail further with another partner. So such a woman jumps over that bridge, which she shouldn't be jumping over. She cannot cope with her loneliness. She's scared. So she thinks either with this one or that one. And in this case, cheating is simply the search for another partner to whom she can cling. And this is also an immature psyche, because mature people and relationships know how to endure their loneliness and rely on themselves. Immature people are like children who need a mother, a maternal or paternal figure. Men cheat for slightly different reasons. But before I say, let me remind you that I am eagerly awaiting your likes, your subscriptions. Click the bell to be notified about my new videos. And of course, share these videos on social media and with your friends in messengers. And you also know how valuable your comments are to me. This is also engagement. So men, infidelity has a slightly different direction. If women cheat to leave the family, men cheat to return to the family. Why do they do this? They seek the excitement on the side that they have lost in stable, long-term relationships. Men, like many women, basically think that if the butterflies in the stomach are gone, then that's it. Love has ended. That is, it's over, the end. We don't love each other. There's no passion. But passion fades over time. And in general, there are researchers who have studied sexual relationships in couples who have lived together for a long time, and it has been proven that eroticism is incompatible with stability. Initially, people want to have stability, to get married, have a child, settle down, be together. But a side effect of this phenomenon is a decrease in eroticism. Because eroticism is partly dictated by the fact that we don't know if this person will be with us. Nothing is clear yet. And this is exciting. Such instability is exciting. In long-term relationships, couples engage in intimate contact with completely different feelings. If they manage to cross the crisis threshold, when they realize that there will be no more butterflies in the stomach, they move into a stage of a broad, calm river flow, which can be a metaphor for true adult love. But children don't need true adult love. Children need butterflies in the stomach, so they move on, searching for butterflies. That resource, and if women are looking for a resource, to find another man to cling to like a mother, I'm talking about immature women. Then men are looking for that woman, or many women, through whose eyes they are reflected as beautiful, incredible, good. That's why they say that men are searching in the crowd that beautiful, admiring mother's gaze they didn't receive in childhood. In other words, it's a resource of recognition, admiration. They take it there, then return home, excited, fulfilled, and they have no intention of leaving their women. That's why these triangles where men say, oh, I haven't slept with my wife for a long time, oh, we have no relationship, oh, we're separate, and then go out. With mistresses, the mistresses believe all of this. It's all just nonsense. Everything is fine there. Watch the movie. With Monica Bellucci, Remember Me. Everything I'm talking about infidelity is there. Everything is explained and shown. It's just a psychotherapeutic film to help you understand what happens when a man commits infidelity. As for women, I mentioned that it's a bit different here. But all infidelities are related to the fact that a person hasn't matured into an adult. To the fact that a person is codependent, to the fact that a person is not mature, they need someone to fill them with some kind of resource. Therefore, in such relationships, there is both the fear of loss and feelings of guilt and shame. Yes, the consequences of such infidelities, you can imagine that a couple that has experienced infidelity is already broken. This will never be forgotten by anyone. You can pretend to have forgotten, but nothing is forgotten, because trust disappears. After infidelity, restoring trust is practically impossible. It will always linger in the mind of the one who was betrayed and will always cause distrust because there was deceit. Therefore, if the couple is very codependent, they stay together. They pretend to have forgotten, or they don't even pretend to have forgotten. And at some opportunity, the one who was betrayed accuses, reminds, and manipulates, with that feeling of guilt. Therefore, this is already destruction, but there must be a fracture in the relationship. Well, and a clear question arises. What should be done? What to do when betrayal has already occurred? There is no specific answer here, but I will give you a hint about it. But first I remind you, please like, subscribe to my channel and comment on what you think, whether betrayal should be forgiven or not, and in which cases it can be forgiven. So, since the consequences, betrayal is very painful. Relationships become fractured. Whether to forgive betrayal or not is decided by each couple, individually. But when we agree that we forget about it, have forgiven it, then we need to stick to that line of behavior and not bring it up again. Because every time during a conflict, bringing up the betrayal further deepens that crack. But even if we agree, even make a pact to forget and never bring it up again, it is still impossible. No. The memories will still pop up in your mind, and distrust will flourish in certain trigger moments like a lush flower. So deciding how to deal with this is up to you alone. So subscribe to my channel, give it a like, comment on what you think, whether betrayal should be forgiven, and how to forgive it. And of course, share my videos on social media. Share with friends and messengers. This also positively impacts my YouTube channel.